Hello, I'm Jessica Sin and welcome to my YouTube channel. I talk about personal finance, investing, trading, and more. And in this video, we are going to talk about how you can retire comfortably as a Malaysian. So I'm going to touch on the EPF, Employee Provident Fund, and also the PRS, Private Retirement Scheme. What are the similarities? What are the differences? What you should know and how you can prepare yourself for retirement. So let's go. So the EPF states that the basic savings threshold is 240,000 in order for a Malaysian to retire. But you know what? It ran a survey and 45% of Malaysians don't even have 100,000 ringgit in their retirement fund account. Now, let's say your monthly living expenses amount to 1,000 ringgit per month. If you have 100,000 in your retirement account, then you can only last for 8 years, spending 1,000 per month, using up all your 100,000 ringgit in retirement funds. So if you live longer than 8 years beyond your retirement, then you would have no money left. You would probably have to go find a job even when you're old and other people your age are retired, or you have to rely on your kids. Now, that's not a comfortable situation to be in, right? So that is why we have to start investing more into our retirement fund account. Okay. Now let us first talk about the EPF, the Employee Provident Fund. So this is a mandatory retirement savings scheme whereby both the employee and the employer have to contribute every month. So for the employee, the mandatory contribution rate stands at 13% every month, whereas for the employer contribution, it can vary, be 16%, 13%, or even more, depending on your company benefits, your industry, and also your income bracket. So this is mandatory savings. But let's say you are not a salaried worker, you're a gig worker, a freelancer. While you can still contribute voluntarily into your EPF account under the I-Saraan scheme, and this allows you to contribute up to a maximum of 100,000 ringgit per year. Now for your monthly contributions, 70% of your funds go into account 1 and only 30% goes into account 2. So what is the difference? Well, account 2 allows you to withdraw your money partially even before you reach the age of 55. So let's say you want to buy a house, or you want to further your education or fund a medical emergency, then you can do so by withdrawing money partially from your EPF account 2. Now, in terms of the EPF benefits, well, the EPF guarantees an annual dividend rate of 2.5% per annum. So this is guaranteed no matter if the EPF fund made a loss this year in the financial markets, well, it will still guarantee you a minimum of 2.5% rate of return. And if we look at the EPF returns historically, it has ranged between 5% to 6% or more, slightly more, depending on the year and the financial markets situation. Now we are going to talk about the PRS, the Private Retirement Scheme, and how it differs from the EPF. While the EPF is a mandatory savings scheme and it is managed by a government body KWSP, the PRS is also a long-term retirement savings scheme, but it is voluntary and it is managed by only a few private asset managers that are regulated by the Securities Commission Malaysia. So what are the uses of PRS? Well, it is a way for you to supplement and boost your retirement savings. So let's say you want to contribute more money for retirement, or you are a voluntary contributor under the I-Saraan scheme, but you have already reached the maximum cap of 100,000 retirement contribution every year, then you can still invest more for your retirement under the PRS scheme. And the PRS scheme actually offers an income tax relief of up to 3,000 ringgit additional on top of your EPF contribution tax relief. So there is an additional tax benefit which you should also consider as well. And also a good reason for you to consider investing in PRS is because it has more flexibility in terms of the funds you can choose. So it actually helps you to diversify away from the EPF. So let's say if you invested in an EPF, but this year it did not perform very well, but you also contribute extra money into your PRS account, and you get to enjoy different types of returns. So perhaps EPF posted a not so good return this year, but your PRS fund performed well this year. So there is actually a potential for higher returns. So that is a benefit of diversification. And you can actually choose from different types of PRS funds depending on your risk profile. So there are growth funds or even conservative funds, high risk, low risk, conventional Sharia funds. So you can choose from a mixture, and you can even choose to have more flexibility. Let's say you want to put 50% of your money in the growth fund and 50% in a conservative fund. You can actually do so with PRS. So you can actually mix and match what you want to contribute into. So there is that additional benefit. Now, in terms of the monthly contribution, 70% goes into sub-account A, which you cannot touch until you reach the age of 55 or in the case of permanent departure. And then 30% goes into sub-account B. Now, this one, you cannot touch it as well, but if you have to do so, then there is a withdrawal penalty of 8% on your funds. So that is something to consider. But because of this, it can actually discipline you to not withdraw your money out of your retirement savings account so that you stay committed to your long-term plan of retiring comfortably. Now let us talk about what types of funds that you can actually invest in with PRS. And in this video, I'm going to use Versa's PRS funds as an example. So with Versa, which is regulated by Securities Commission Malaysia, you can actually invest your money across 6 types of PRS funds. You have the growth fund, the moderate fund, and the low risk conservative fund for the conventional type, and also the same type of 3 funds, but for the Sharia type. So depending on your preference, you can mix and match your contributions, diversify it across different funds with different risk profiles. It is all completely up to you. Now, the percentage returns that you can get per annum, it can be potentially higher than the EPF, especially if you choose a growth fund, because a growth fund invests in higher risk stocks. But remember, higher risk also means potentially higher returns. So that is a key financial concept. High risk, high return, lower risk, lower return. So if you have the risk appetite to invest in higher risk assets like growth stocks, such as technology stocks, your FAANG stocks, your Amazon, Tesla, Google, these are the growth stocks, technology stocks, and also some AI stocks as well, then the returns can be so much better than just investing in a low risk fund. So there is actually potential for you to earn more than you could have just by investing in a conservative fund or just investing with the EPF fund alone. And there is the benefit of diversification. Like I said earlier, even if the EPF didn't do so well this year, your PRS fund, there is an opportunity for it to perform better. So it actually balances out your returns or potentially increases it with the PRS, depending on how you allocate your fund and also how the fund performance is. So to demonstrate the benefits of the higher potential returns that you can get by investing in higher risk, higher returns funds, let's use the rule of 72. So this rule of 72 is a formula whereby you can calculate how many years will it take for you to double your investment just by using the formula 72 divided by the rate of return per annum. So let's say you invest all your money in an account that typically on average gives you an annual investment return of 4% per year. So 72 divided by 4, you get 18. So that means you need 18 years in order to double your investment. Let's say if you invest in a fund that gives you a rate of return of 6% per annum, so that is the typical average return for the EPF fund, then 72 divided by 6 is 12. So it takes you 12 years for you to double your investment. Now let's say you invest in a higher return fund. Let's say it gives you average annual return of 8% per year, then it will take you 72 divided by 8 is 9. Only 9 years for you to double your money. So the higher returns you can get from investing in a higher return fund, you will shorten the time it takes for you to double your money to become wealthier. So of course, it is not recommended that everyone just put all their money in the highest risk fund out there. It really depends on your risk appetite and also your financial goals and also your age currently. So if you're younger, you can afford to take more risks because you have more time to recover, then go for the higher risk growth funds. So if you would like to start investing in PRS funds under Versa, you can actually use my referral link in the description section below, and you can actually enjoy cash bonus just by signing up and investing in one of their PRS funds. So the cash bonus can be 50 ringgit or more than 100 ringgit depending on the seasonal promotion, and currently it is offering a cash bonus with the amount stated in the description section below, so check it out. And also you get to enjoy your income tax relief and also the benefits of diversification, and more importantly, you're saving more money for your own retirement to guarantee that you can actually retire well and comfortably and not worry about not having enough when you are no longer working. And if you want to find out more about investing in other different types of options as well, you can also check out other videos of mine, also check out my blog, my website, and also follow me on social media where I will post more updates and also the latest offerings in the financial services industry as well. There are a lot of things to check out and a lot of things to learn, so I hope that you are committed to your journey of financial independence, retire comfortably, and enjoy life as you go. Alright, so thank you for watching. Please remember to like my video and also subscribe to my YouTube channel in order to learn more and go on a journey together with me to financial independence. Let's go! Thank you!